Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the second part of the After Hours animation SkillShare hosted by Jeanette Fantone, After Hours Playground. We're so happy to have you all here tonight. You've submitted some incredible work. And thank you so much to our host, Jeanette, for not only the incredible Skillshare last week, which was honestly the most comprehensive After Effects tutorial I have ever watched, but also for your time and effort making the screening tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so excited to watch all your work and get to workshop it together. So with that, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, McKenna. It's really good to see everyone here today. I'm glad, even if you didn't participate, that you're here to celebrate with us. Because we got some baller work. Everyone went really, really hard. And I was just so delighted, checking the folder every hour and being like, oh my God, there's a new one. And it really seems like everyone poured themselves into it, which is exactly what I wanted, because everything you're going to see today is it's After Effects, but you can see everyone's distinct personality in each piece. So let's just go watch the screening. It's about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And there's sound. Put some claps in chat, whatever you want. But let's watch together. All right.
I can still see the little zoom bar to see. There we go.
In the beginning, there was God, and God created something out of nothing because she felt like it.
You guys, oh, I am so I'm emotional. I am so proud of everyone, and it's like what Natalia said in chat. It was like, oh, like watching these all together, I was like, this is what community feels like. This is like a really good, powerful moment. And it made me so happy to be like, this is us. I'm sorry for the activate Windows button. I'm too cheap to buy it fully. But wow, you can tell like everyone, you all did that thing. Oh my gosh. I know, just feel the feeling. Let yourself feel the feeling. That was incredible. So pat yourselves on the back.
Amazing.
Go give each other kisses virtually. We just have an hour. So what's gonna happen is we have this wheel of names of all the participants, and we'll spin it. And if you want your work to be critiqued, then we will workshop it together. And you also have the option of being like, no, thank you, I'll pass. And that's fine. But every person gets 5 minutes, and we'll get through as many as we can until the hour is up. So I hope you're here. We call on you. Let's spin the wheel. All right. All right.
I really feel like I won something. Oh my God.
Come up to the podium. Let me find your thing. All right. Let's start by just watching it together.
In the beginning, there was God, and God created something out of nothing because she felt like it.
I love this. I love the simplicity. So can you tell me about what you were going for and specifically like any technical challenges you faced while trying to make this in After Effects? Anything that excited you that you found out? Etc. Shoot off, fire away.
Yeah. Am I going to compete with the sound? Oh, it's okay. It's muted. All right. This is the opening to a short film I've been working on. It's my thesis film. And like heading into this, like I had a lot of experience with just like straight ahead frame by frame animation, but no knowledge on how to composite it. And I was really scared on like how I would like go about it, and like did the workshop to sort of give me a kick in the butt. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out because I feel like it saved me a lot of time because I wanted that kind of cloud of chaos. And initially I was gonna just hand draw every frame and like make that happen. And instead I ended up making, you know, I did the loop hack that you showed us, and like I made the textures, and then when I was in After Effects, I was like, oh, like it's okay, but like there could be more clouds. So then I start copy and pasting them, and then I use tint to like change the color of it. So I feel like pretty good about that part. I didn't end up pushing this kind of like first orb star that she's making as far as I maybe would have hoped. I ended up just sort of copying and pasting the orb layer and like putting grain on it, and that's kind of as far as I got. But in terms of maybe creating a sense of like light or glow maybe could be cool, like that's one of the things I was wondering about, is if any people had ideas on how to maybe push stuff with the orb.
Yes, that is all. I am really happy to hear that. Also, if any of you in chat have ideas for Natalia, just like put them in chat, and like they can look through it like afterwards and everything. So like fire away, you guys in chat, help your peers out. I love that you discovered the joy of cutting corners, which is like basically what After Effects is. It's great that you were like, well, like animation should be economical, you know, like, and it shouldn't be painful to the point where you're laboring over each and every cloud, you know, to create the scene. And instead, it seemed like it was a really like enjoyable process for you to like be like, oh, I'll just change the tint. Oh, and it's done already, right? That like immediate gratification.
I also had to learn how to use the camera. And like I like learn, it's like make like a null and then like attach the camera to the null, and then like you turn all your layers into 3D layers. And anyways, so that's cool too.
Well, that is amazing, because I haven't touched the camera because I'm too afraid of it. Honestly. So good for you. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. The camera makes things like very powerful, especially if you want to do like a really powerful like parallax effect. So much easier. I agree that this figure and this orb are like your next steps, right? Just to add more depth, and you would totally get that with like a glow around the orb itself, and kind of having it also affect like some parts of the hand, so that it really feels like it's hitting it in space, and also maybe the knees and like a little bit of the face. Another thing for like, I don't know, like a foreshadow, it's not even like actual foreshadowing, but if this glows, it'd be kind of fun if you added a glow to the title text as well, and make it pop out more even. What was your idea with like this character? Did you want just flat color, or did you want to add more color and more depth?
Well, yeah, it's a 3-minute short, and it was like kind of planned out as like very flat coloring of this like white goddess, and then she's in really vibrant like detailed landscapes. So she's kind of like more of like a void in that space. So I didn't intend for her to have dimension, but in the context of her starting out in the void, it looks pretty flat. I could maybe see like grainy shadows on it, but I'm not After Effects pro enough to like do all the masking and like figure out how that works yet, but maybe I should try.
I mean, give it a shot. I also like the like juxtaposition between like this like intense world and then just a goddess who should be full of power that is completely, you know, neutral and like humble in her appearance as well. Like it's really interesting.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We're at 5 minutes.
Okay, well, Natalia, please look in the comments because I think someone put something really awesome in there. But amazing work.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. And thank you for contributing. This looked amazing.
That was amazing. On like a personal note, it was like really overjoying to hear that you were able to attend the Skillshare and then cut corners or whatever, and find it like beneficial in your process. So that was really exciting to see that culminate in a beautiful clip.
That's what we're here for. Spin the wheel. Ooh. Oh, Shanti. Oh, I'm supposed to move people off this? Okay. Shanti, come up to the stage, please.
Hi.
Hi, it's good to see you. Shanti and I went to school together, actually, and just so briefly met, but they're a joy. They're a joy to be around, and this speaks so much to your personality. Like, when I saw this, I was like, this is the Shanti clip, isn't it? And I was like, okay, here it is. Tell me what you were thinking, technical challenges, what you're excited about, and what you want to push further.
It was just I don't know, I'm trying to like draw more people, like the kind of people that I would want to see if I was on an adventure. I don't know. So that was the technical. I just kind of felt like I can't tell if I should be cleaner in my like animating or if I should be cleaner in my After Effectsing, or if just like I shouldn't be cleaner. I don't know.
Say fuck them. Be dirty. Who are you being clean for? Who is it for? It should be for you. And if you like the messy look, I was not like, oh, this is messy. Like that did not cross my mind at all. But I mean, I love what you did here. So please carry on. Did you have any, I don't know, what was fun for you? And was there anything that you struggled with or wanted to explore more?
It was fine. It was really fun to try the like Jeanette maximalism.
Yes.
Just like every time I was like, oh, does it need something? The answer is yes.
Of course. Oh my goodness, you got it. Nail on the head.
Yeah, do you think I could have gone more dramatic maybe?
Let's see. Let me take a moment to just look and think. Someone mentioned the fisheye, which did you put a fisheye on this?
Yeah, it's just a bulge.
It really does something because it increases the shantiness, the like he's got a vibe and he wants money from me. I don't know. I agree. I love the glow and this little detail you've done where when he blinks again, like it disappears a little. And that really adds to it. I like when an effect doesn't carry all the way through, because that shows a lot of intention on your part. I don't know. I do love with fisheyes in general, it's very like centering, right? It's like we are looking right in the middle now because that's where all our eye wants to see. And you've done a good job with like these characters in the background, sort of like looming and like arching behind, which also draws us to the middle. And it seems like you've also done like a bit of shading in here, like this is a different color, which really draws you in all the same. You've maximalized it. Oh my gosh, there's not much left for me to say. Like I think you pushed this like as far as one could go, and it seems like you're happy with it too. I'm stoked about it. Like I would have said, like if you didn't put this eye glow, I would have been like, give us some glow. You did it already. Yeah, I don't know. There's some things in chat. Let's see.
Cool.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's embossed and blurred, and then there's just like a bunch of just more layers.
Yes, more layers, more and more. The embossing is cool. What, I don't know, like I actually never played with that effect, but is that what's kind of giving it this like lightness around the edges?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can see it really a lot on the hand. It's fun.
That is fun because it sort of gives it like a cookie cutter look too. And it brings them out too. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I think this is a perfect clip. I have nothing to add.
That's cool.
We didn't plan for this. McKenna, what do I do if the clip is fine?
I don't know. I only had one suggestion and you already covered it. So I think that's
Shanti,
great.
get out of here. Congratulations.
There's only 10 seconds left. So that's amazing.
Okay. Well,
Great work.
good job. And
back to the wheel.
Back to the wheel indeed. All right, Zarya.
Amazing.
Congrats. Come get your prize.
Yay.
Okay, where is it? I'm sorry. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's watch. So can you tell me more about your piece? If you want it?
Sure. Yeah, I'm so open to advice. I kind of messed up because I spent more time animating than in After Effects. But I was trying to I'm always really clean about my lines, and I love when everybody else animates and they have these like cute little wiggles and everything looks so fun. So I was trying to do that both with just like my line work and like the style of the animation, and I would love suggestions for like how to push it in After Effects. I was trying to get like a crayon texture in there, and I don't have a scanner. So I was trying to and it just wasn't working. So yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, first I want to say, adjust your process so that you're spending the most time doing the part that you really love. And if that part is animation, by all means, please spend more time animating than compositing. I personally structured my process so that it's zip all the way to compositing, and then I'm just in la la land. That's all I wanted to say. To start off, I think you've done a great job with this comp. The thing that I took notice of first for some reason was this shadow at the bottom and how it kind of gradiates out to blend in with the background. I think that's a lovely touch. And what you can do more with the comp, it may be a little awkward to have that shadow but she is still completely flat. So it's what's actually hitting her? Or you get a sense that it's not really hitting her, or she's more flattened. So if you want more depth, definitely try the layer styles technique we talked about, where it just adds a little bit to her right side. So it really feels like this light is coming in hard from the left side. What else? I love colored line work. I think it's fun. Your colors here are quite lovely, and she pops out just I wanted to, I guess we could, if we have time, we're gonna speed run this. Oh my goodness. There is a way in After Effects to sort of oh, I don't even have clips prepared. Well, let's be fast. You can, sorry. I guess perhaps this is the name of my film. Sorry about that. Okay, let's just try this one for whatever reason. There's a fun way that I like to do shadows without having to try that hard. And it's just by duplicating it and putting a slant on it. and you'll find slant in effects. Because what it looks like is you did an ellipses mask like this, yeah, and then feathered it out. Looks great. But imagine this is the bike, if you can. And you can just slant it. And it
that's
immediately
fabulous. Yeah, and then squash it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you're like done. You didn't have to make that ellipses. And it looks like really well tracked too, right? Where you're like, whoa, oh my God, now look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, that is so cool. Wait, where do I get this?
So you go in effects and presets, and it's just called CC slant. You can even play with like the height, right? So if you're like, oh, I want it to feel like the light's coming from more above, you really like third eye open. So that's what immediately came to mind when I saw your clip. I was like, this would super benefit from just like, instead of the ellipses, like a slant on the bicycle, and then some layer styles to really make it feel like the light is hitting her from that angle. What else? I don't know.
I know in chat, Sam wrote that you could also, sorry. They wrote that maybe the hair can have more movement as it has different physics. I thought that was a really good suggestion.
Ooh, yeah. I do like this like ethereal, dreamy feel you've gotten, which is how swaying back and forth.
And that's also time.
Okay, well,
Thank
you so much, Zarya. You've done a lovely job. Pat yourself on the back. All right, we got a speed run like this. Okay. Christian, come get your prize. All right, Christian, where are you? Okay.
Hello, hi.
Hello. All right. Oh, this one was so cute. So actually, I saw when you uploaded it initially and you didn't put final output on grain.
Yeah, I switched it up in like 30 minutes once I noticed.
I'm glad because I saw that and I was like, oh shoot, like what happened?
Yeah, it was an error on my part, honestly. I really didn't notice on the export.
This I love your integration of live action footage, right? From like an actual train or a car, whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's actually sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, I love your overall treatment. It feels very like completed and like set with the tone, the coloring, and the saturation on the footage. So yeah, please tell me more about your process and techniques, what you wanted more of, what you want to explore, what you struggled with. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, that's actually it's at the beginning I didn't really have an idea as of what I wanted to do for this project. So that's actually a sketch that I had on my Procreate that I never finished, and I saw it and I was like, hey, maybe I can work with this. And I worked with it a little bit. I did the first like final illustration, I would say, and then I started thinking, well, what should move, what shouldn't. I knew for a fact that the little guy had to move. And when I saw the windows that I drew on the final illustration, I thought, hey, maybe what if that's like the main part of the movement? And I knew I wouldn't be able to do a whole moving sequence behind it. So I used a video on YouTube that I found from someone that was recording a subway station in Japan. And I took a little part of it, edited that in After Effects and everything. I will say the main challenge here was time, because it's definitely my version of done I do think it still needs some more work, and I'm satisfied with how it looks right now for me to send it over to like good enough, but I definitely want to work with it a little bit more. I will say the one thing I would have liked to do more was more dynamic lighting, at least when it comes to the windows and the light that's coming in from behind it. But then again, I wasn't able to work with that because of time. But yeah, that was the main challenge I had, I would say, time, and the fact that I wasn't able to add as many details as I would have liked.
All right. Well, I think you did a lovely job with what time you had too. And again, very happy, like the economical direction you went with this. Just rep the video off YouTube, whatever. But like to have footage and then to be like, I have a plan with it. It seems like you also used like posterized time. Did you?
Right.
To slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really feels like well integrated into the shot. Like McKenna was commenting on like just the like subtle saturation glow that like you don't even notice until like the like 10th rewatch. But you have like these little touches in your composite that I'm really impressed with. About
Great.
lighting, let's get into this. About lighting,
Sure.
There's one way I really enjoy. We're just gonna keep using this, I guess. There's one thing I really enjoy with lighting. I don't know what I'm doing. That is really, really easy, surprisingly. It's just called light rays. And
Okay.
if you can imagine in your clip, let's just imagine this clip is in here. And you're just like dragging it continuously back and forth like that. And it will
Okay.
like add so much. Because if you can imagine, if we just, I don't know, tracked it on like one of these big billboards or something, and you see it like affecting everything within here, that would really, it would make it so immersive. It'd feel like almost like a video game.
And you can change like the color of the lighting as well, right? You can
Yes,
choose
yes.
from there.
Oh my gosh, the possibility, the intensity can make it really intense if you want it.
Yes.
Whoa, oh my gosh.
That's actually kind of what I was looking for. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna mess with the saturation back and forth so that it would look like kind of flashy but slight. But yeah, that's, now that you mentioned that effect in particular, that's kind of what I was trying to go for.
That's lovely. Well, yeah, it's so easy and there's so much you can play around with. Like I like messing with radius because now it looks super video gamey and harsh, and it like goes with what I'm going for.
What's the name of the effect again? I'm sorry.
It's called CC Light Rays.
Okay.
You'll find it in effects and presets.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We're at time again.
Oh my gosh.
It goes so quick.
Christian,
Cool.
amazing work. I would love to see you like keep fiddling with this one.
Definitely.
Because you're truly onto something and you know how to do treatment really well. So
Great.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Also, that demo solved the orb puzzle, I believe, for Natalia too.
We can like hit multiple birds with one stone. Is Ezekiel here?
Hello.
Come grab your prize. Oh, fantastic. All right.
Hi.
You did do this amazing one. All
Thank you.
right. This is one of the first ones that I saw, and I was like, no way. It's so soon. You've done it. Please, let's speed run. Tell me about your concept, techniques you tried, what you wanted to push further, what you did, what you struggled with.
Yeah, so this was a fairly old animation that I had. That the animation I like a lot, but I just had like a really bad background, and just like the things around the animation weren't really good, so I just wanted to revamp it. And I feel like with After Effects, I feel like I know how to use it very well, but I don't have like my monkey brain activated yet. So there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to like really get into. So I just got some live footage of a trip I had, and then I just tried to like add what I wanted to do that I couldn't super successfully is, you know, those Instagram effects where that make everything like sparkly. They just add sparkles everywhere. I just wanted to add that on like the smoke, the mystical like smoke thing.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to have, I used what is it, fractal noise to give the character a little bit of like feeling that they have like leaves on top, like light coming through leaves, which I thought it looks more, I think it looks more like underwater than something like that. So that's kind of my where I'm at with things
right.
here.
I did see this and I was like, that's fractal noise. This person knows what they're doing. I am super impressed with this clip, and just like picking it apart, you could tell how much like thought you put into this. Like, I don't even know how you began with this swirl.
That was before. I would love to say I did that in After Effects, but I did it in TV Paint actually.
But it looks awesome. And I agree, the fractal noise made it feel more underwatery. And that's probably just because it's applied onto all of like this person's body. And if it was just maybe like on the rims, perhaps, because it also seems like this light from these trees is coming from behind. So you could try and just like masking it out maybe. I would love to help you activate your monkey brain.
Yes.
Let's open the clip. All right, we gotta be fast. This is kind of exciting. Where is your clip? Right here. Okay, back in. Plop it inside. All right. So what I actually want more of is, I barely noticed this background, or it was not what my eye was focused on. And a great way, let's just pop it up. Oh no, we can't even see it. Okay. Oh, see, now we can see more of it for sure. But one of my favorite ways to integrate live action footage sometimes, when I'm like, it looks way too like live action compared to what I'm doing, is adding this effect called posterize, which is just changing the number of colors that it's showing. Because you'll see, like, when there's a lot of the level, it looks pretty great. It has all the detail that you would want, but this really like crunches it down. And if you're into that sort of pixely look, it might be really beneficial to you. So you can play with levels more. And then now we're like, oh whoa, like something is happening. And what else?
Yeah, that's awesome.
More monkey. We need more monkey.
I feel like my brain's just flashing in all directions.
Yeah. I also love this, the directional blur you put on it really adds to it too. But let's see, when we have live action footage, this is just my personal bias, I really like having it really like baked in to the 2D as well. Just so that, I don't know, it feels more like it's meant to be there. And one of the ways you can do that is pretend I'm in your file, but just like using that technique we figured out with like the alpha matting, but alpha matting the a little bit of live action onto maybe these like particles, the like water.
That's such a good idea.
That's an idea. You could also like try putting like some of this leaf texture onto this bad boy, and that would look really sick, and really like tie you in too.
That's so good.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just like
to interrupt you guys. We're out of time.
Well,
that's
please
awesome.
look at the
Thank
comments.
you so much.
There's a lot of stuff in there, but you've done an amazing job on your own already. And I'm really impressed with your clip.
Thank you for all the knowledge. Appreciate it.
And thank you for participating. Oh my goodness. Come up, come get your prize if you are here. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Denis?
Denis. Hey.
Denis. Hello, welcome. Okay.
Thanks.
Let me find your clip. Okay. This is one of those where, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is monkey brain. This is really, really good monkey brain. You went all the way. I can like feel the texture, the life in it. My quality is not doing it service, but there's so many details in here, just besides like the raw animation being really fantastic. Like this like swirling texture behind, like it almost feels like a video game. And we're like right there with them. I also love these tiny, I don't know how to find them, these tiny like sparks of detail. Yes, these. What is this? Oh my gosh, but it adds so much to like the hysteria and the chaos of it. It's perfect. Anyway, please, your concept, what you want to push, what you struggled with, etc.
Thank you. So I had this animation already, like I did in the beginning of the years, but I didn't like it, how it looked. So when I go see your workshop and you said it was like After Effects was like Photoshop, I got crazy in it, and I like it so much, like the textures that you overlaying options. I didn't know that was a thing in After Effects, and I was so afraid of it. And I like it so much, like doing that. And I just went monkey brain, like you said.
Well, fantastic work. Oh my gosh, I'm glad the Photoshop comparison helped you, because it's very apparent you have a fantastic knowledge of how to do treatment, and so just like putting that into video form, wow, you're now so powerful. I think we could all learn from this clip. If you would please like talk us through some things I'm interested in. I really like this, like you put a shadow behind your character, which pops it out. You also put a shadow behind here, which looks awesome. I'm curious actually about like this like grain outside of the lights that just looks so crunchy and visceral, and yet like a comic book. How did you go about this?
Oh, I did that in Photoshop. Like I painted the car in Photoshop, and I put the shadow in there. Like when I painted, I like the lightning. I paint the shadow in the lightning with noise already. So when I put it in After Effects, I just like got harder in the noise effect, and it looked like that. But in Photoshop, it's a lot smoother, I guess. I don't know the words exactly, sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to say it. And
I love it. I love it. Fantastic.
I was really trying to pop out this lightning, because sometimes it was just like disappearing, the light of the car, I guess.
Oh, this, okay.
Yes, and I don't know how it got like that. I really don't, but I like it.
Okay, well that's perfect. Oh my gosh, it's funny because I do the exact same with my work. When I'm like drawing it out, it'll have a specific look, and then I put in After Effects, and it is completely different and by accident, but happy accident. This looks just massively incredible. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. McKenna, help us out.
Much.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
What do you mean? Why are you calling on me? No, it's
McKenna,
so
help me.
wonderful.
My workshop.
I don't know. Like this is like speed round. Like you're pulling up After Effects and giving like full tutorials in like 2 minutes. It's amazing.
No, I'm
really
literally sweating. Like,
but this clip is really amazing, and we are also at time. So
okay. Well,
works out
Denis,
perfectly.
thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic work. On to the next one. Britney, come up to the stage, please.
That's me.
Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Oh, yes. You had a lovely clip with these birds that transitioned us into Stardew Valley. please tell me about your concept. When you struggle with technical stuff, you know the drill.
Yeah, I wanted to do something that was like not too much animation, because I'm still like I'm not great at hand drawing, so I just did like a basic like bird silhouette, and then like the little beaks, and I had some live action footage that's like that was like I took video from a boat of the water, so that's the background. And then I just kind of added as much texture as I could in After Effects.
I think you've done a beautiful job. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Please.
But yeah, it was definitely like, I also had an epiphany, like once I found out that it's so similar to Photoshop, it just, it completely like opened up so many possibilities for me. It was very exciting.
Yes, I'm glad. So you've worked in Photoshop before? You're
yes, I've worked in Photoshop as like my primary program. I used to do a lot of like photography, but I never wanted to use After Effects because I was terrified of it. I think I like learned how to like wiggle some video once, and that's like the only thing I use After Effects for. But yeah, it was very exciting.
Wow, thank you for that. There was something about this where I was like, this is not someone who came from animation. And you saying you came from photography, actually, it really, like something about the composition, and even the way you're leading our eye feels very intentional. And almost like there's a warmth to it, and an omniscience that I was really drawn to. You, one of the best things about After Effects is you don't have to animate that much. And you are an animator now. So
thank you.
It's your new title. You've done it. I love it. It's I think Natalia said this in chat, where you've conveyed so much movement with such little movement at the same time. But it really effectively gives us this feeling of like we are flying with them and we're like tracking them. And I also, to effectively give the impression that like we are looking downwards at water, I was like, I don't know if I'm right, but that looks like we're flying over water. Lovely. And you've created this whole mood. I will say something, if you want to elevate it a little more, you could add shadows to the birds. So just like duplicating it underneath, putting it down, touching the water at like varying scales. So you get the impression of like, oh, this one's really high and this one's really close to it. Or the light's really coming from this direction or that direction or above. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was trying to use like the light effect, or I was trying, like it's in like the camera and light, but I couldn't figure out what I was doing, and I wasn't sure if I could do that with like 2D layers. But I thought I'd just get into that some other time. And I did want to add a lot more shadow. I added some shadow to the birds, but then I wanted to keep layering it, and then I ran into some trouble. But I guess like the pre-composing, like that was like a key word I got from the workshop. I feel like I just need to be like smushing my layers together, and then I can add more drop shadow on top.
Yes. Sure. It's quite hilarious. Just imagine you're like making a new folder. Let's see. It's so easy to just pretend this is the bird, please. And then you just scale it down, just like that. And that's easy shadow. I do love what you've done, like a bit of like inside, like the layer styles, that adds so much depth to it, and yet it still feels, I don't know, it still feels like 2D in a way, but it's a very unique look. And I love this texture you've used, which looks like leaves.
Yeah, I have a bunch of leaf scans that I was looping.
It's quite beautiful. Like I was just like, I'm not it looks like when you have like a sponge and you're like dabbing on paint onto something, but then you also get these amazing lines from it as well.
I'm so sorry to interrupt again.
Oh my God.
We're at time.
Well, Brittany, you've done a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm really happy to hear that like you're exploring like a time-based medium coming from still work. And I always think the most exciting animators come from outside of animation. So good job. Great work.
In the chat, Natalia said After Effects before this workshop was a cold, hard, scary place. AE now is a warm collage of fun and random crap that we have on our computers.
Oh, absolutely. It's just getting shit off your hard drive. Or all my textures are just stuff on my phone, honestly. Katie, please come to the stage. I've been waiting for you.
Hi.
Good to see you. Katie went to this program called Souza with my brother way back in the day, like 5 years ago. This clip is so fun. Please, you know the drill, concept, technique, struggle, wanting more. Go for it.
Yeah, so these are some fish from my thesis film that I did a couple years ago. So I traditionally animated the fish way back when. I decided to revisit them. I just went ham with it. I just slapped a bunch of stuff on it. I started off like thinking of just trying to enhance the clip I already had, and they were underwater in it. And then I applied one of these effects, but I have forgotten what it was. I need to like keep track now of what I use. But I applied something and it gave it this like really pastel color. And so then that gave me the idea of like what a fish would dream about. It reminded me of like a dream. So I tried to make it kind of dreamy, what the fish dreams of. So I found this really cool effect. I don't know if you've used it, called like blobby eyes. Blobby eyes.
Blobby eyes.
Wow. It was like blobby eyes or something. Yeah.
Hold on. Wow. Well, please keep talking while I apply this on. What did you find out with it?
That's basically it. It's just like it added like like that to my fish,
That's
which
incredible.
I thought was really interesting. So I kept it in. That was my favorite thing that I learned.
Oh, let's adjust the blobby. Oh, you can make it blobbier, blobby less. That's really awesome. And I love that you like were like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna look through the effects and
that's like the most fun thing for me. And I like choosing the ones with weird names. So
amazing. It's the way. Well, that's a really exciting discovery. And it's really nice to hear your concept behind it too, because I was like, oh, it could just be like trippy fish. But now that you mentioned like what fish dream about, I'm picking up on all these cues. So like these little circles you have in the background that are just kind of swaying. And it looks like you put a little wiggle on them, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, yes.
Very nice. It's like a nice, like, it like gives it a nice amount of depth and movement, enough to convince me that we're like moving alongside it a little bit. I also love, it looks like someone did a lot of hue and saturation and blending modes.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Well, it's lovely because it works in multiple ways where like this fish and this fish can be seen as separate fish. And these almost feel like they're like reflections of this one fish, or it's like, I don't know, skewing outwards, like giving it a sense of like it's expanding. I don't know. But wow, I love that. And I love this layer style you've put on top. I think if you did like a more vibrantly colored layer style, it might have added even more than just like a darker shade down.
Okay.
These are all just suggestions out of my ass.
I'll take it.
I'm so pleased with this clip. I don't know, like I also noticed these different levels of like blur you've put on your different copy paste blending mode fish, which is really, really nice. And like some are super blurred. I think there's one right here.
Yeah, there's a big one.
Yes, the big one that you don't even notice. But This is also what I love about After Effects. You can just have 1 3-second clip and no one knows that it was just 1 clip. You're like, oh yeah, this took weeks. Trust me. Oh my goodness. What else? I mean, with who was it we were talking about? Yes, with Ezekiel, this fractal noise effect actually gave more of the impression of water. And I think you'd find it helpful to maybe apply some onto your character. It's called fractal noise.
Okay, cool.
And once you see this, you're gonna see it in like, it's all over media. You'll see it in like Doctor Strange probably, you know, like it's just, everyone uses it for some sort of reason. But it does a wonderful job. It just moves around. It's not moving around unless you animate it with evolution. Just go like that. Okay, so now it's like slowly evolving, and that kind of gives you the impression of like the way that light waves come down from the surface and hit the fish. And if you just gave it a little feather, and maybe a different blending mode, right? So it's like hitting it. Interestingly, you can also change the colors of it as well, whatever you want. So now you're like, oh, that is a fish underwater.
I see it.
If
Yeah,
this
I
was
love
the
that.
fish. But that would work really well, just like along the top of the fish. And if you wanted to go harder with the background, doing the same thing with fractal noise. I love doing water in After Effects.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We're all at time again.
McKenna,
It's always like the worst moment.
we're having a
No
moment.
natural
Well,
peak.
water in After Effects, endless sea of possibilities. You've done a wonderful job, Katie. And I'm so glad you're tapping into the just fuck it, I'm gonna go in the effects and like
Yeah.
roll
Well,
through.
your talk was super inspiring, so thank you.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
Jeanette, it's like 9. Would you want to do like a power round?
Okay, like where I just go to everybody?
No,
Maybe?
I don't know if we have. That would be long
Okay,
to go everyone. But do you want to do like we could do like 2 minutes?
Okay.
And I don't know how much longer you have it in you. I know this is tiring, but
You know, I'm like wearing down and sweating. Madeline, come to the stage.
okay. Is it 2 minutes or 5? What do you want to do?
2. Let's do 2.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I wish we could just keep going. Where are you?
Howdy.
Howdy. I like your headset. Where are you? Oh my God. Oh, there you are. Okay. Ah, yes. This one is lovely. All right, let's dive in. We have no time.
Thank you.
I love this parallax you've done. And like bringing these trees in to really give a sense of like, oh, we are watching, we are like peering in on something. I want to see some blur on these actually, just so we get a sense of like that more depth. They would really convince us more. And you can go further to like add an extra set of trees, even maybe right here on the sides, whatever. It's always nice to have, when I'm parallaxing, I like to have maybe like 2 items, 2 layers in the foreground like this, and not just one. That's just me. I'm just a little crazy. I like what you've done here. Is this like the wave effect?
I know I tried the wiggle
Oh,
on it. The what was it called again?
is it turbulent displace?
No, I think it might have been the expression.
Okay.
And maybe it was an effect. Gosh,
Mhm.
I can't remember.
It looks like wave, or something along those lines, but I really like it.
I think it was wave.
Yeah.
Now I think about it.
There's a nice creepy quality to it. And I'm interested in the fact that you only put it on the sun, which really like draws me way more into it. What you could do to, well, here's a thought. You have all these harsh like lines, right? So the lighting is very harsh, but then the lighting on your character is really soft, which is kind of, I don't know, it like lacks a continuity. And if you want, you can just have no softness and no feather on this lighting, and it really mesh it together well. Or you could play off of that and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do soft and hard lighting. Give us a little glow around the sun with a nice soft like taper out. And they kind of parallel each other that way, where it's like, okay, the sun has a soft taper, and so does this character. They share a connection. Whereas these trees, the mountains, this bird, all have a hard lighting, and so you've like grouped them into another mental whatever. It's all impressions. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you've absolutely captured a vibe, really incredibly like pensive, post-apocalyptic almost, hopeful and sad at the same time, which I love. I love a little melancholy vibe. And I don't know, what were you going for feelings wise?
All of those things. It was like a test for the opening of my like senior thesis film kind of thing. So I was like testing like I had no idea how to get the vibe I wanted with the colors. So like this was such an awesome, like the workshop helped so much, because and also all of your ideas just now and in the chat is awesome and super helpful, and I really appreciate it all. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, we are at 2 minutes, but I'm so glad. Good luck on your grad film. And just from the looks of it, it's going to be incredible. This is a strong opener. So great job. Thank you for participating with us.
Thank you guys.
Amazing. Yeah, this has been so fantastic so far. I don't know how you're feeling, Jeanette.
Well, you can tell I'm like losing some steam, but I also am still so excited. So how about how does everyone feel?
I think we're seeing some like head nods to the side.
Oh, are we?
Okay. I think it is getting pretty late.
Yes.
Also, I know you're in the hot seat, so this is probably very tiring too, but also I know it's so exciting as well. Do you want to do one more and then we'll call it the night?
Okay.
Is that good? Or do you want to stop now? I'm like,
one more
and then we'll call it.
Final prize.
And I'm going to interrupt at 2 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you. Asia, come up to the stage. It's good to see you. Asia and I go to school together. They're super cool. They taught me how to do an ollie on the skateboard. Let's find you. All right. Asia, are you present? Are you with us? It's like talking to the spirits in the house. Asia, where are you? Come out.
They're here in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Wait, can you write if you're good? If you
wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, can you see me?
Yes.
Oh.
I can't, but it's good to hear you.
Either. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now I can see you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Run. Okay. So the first thing I noticed is, I know this is for your film, correct?
No, actually it was just something kind of random I made to procrastinate on my
fun
film,
too.
but yeah.
I noticed this light and the tracking on the light. And then I also noticed this line, and I know what that is. It means, basically means we have no time. We have no time. But it just means your mask was outside of this bounding box. And so when you make a mask, just make sure it's right smack dab in the middle. So you don't run into this issue of like a harsh cutoff.
Oh yeah. I had a lot of trouble with the light.
I see. Yeah. One of my favorite ways to do tracking is just actually like think about it like you're animating it. So you have your keyframing and you do like keyframe in here. Let's like, okay. But what it seems like you've done is you just keyframed some certain points and then let it play out. A nice thing to do is to just hold your keyframes, right? Because what's happening is you've just kind of placed them and you're letting it track by itself.
Yeah.
But if you hold them, then they don't move. They don't move until they're supposed to. So that's a really fast and easy way to track something well.
Wait, how do you hold it again? Sorry.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm going so fast. So you right click on the keyframe itself, and then you go toggle hold keyframe. And
okay.
They're held. But you'll be able to tell if it's held or not because this means that it's a linear curve. This means that it's like a Bezier, like it's, and then a block means that it's just completely still. And a lot of what people struggle with when trying to do these very precise keyframes are just like scrolling through and being able to hit the right moment when the frame like changes. But a very easy way to scroll through the timeline is using Control and the arrow keys. And on Mac, that's just Command and the arrow keys. And you don't have to like click and drag it. You can just even count. And you can, that's like just the way of going frame by frame. So much easier.
2 minutes.
No! But I'll just add 2 comments on like the actual composite. This like scroll through of this is really interesting to me, and I love it. Give me some glow here. Otherwise, you're perfect. This is exciting to see, and I'm glad you're.
Thank you so much.
Good luck on your film.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this has been incredible. Like Jeanette, you should be like so like proud. I don't know if proud's the right word.
I feel like I'm on a game
wow.
show.
Like this is like hot seat critique zone. And like everything you said was just so encouraging and incredible. Like thank you so much for coming to do this. Just as like a really personal note, like this is like my hope for the community space would be able to have SkillShares and workshops, and like I can't thank you enough for being the first to do it and do it so incredibly well. Hearing everyone talk about how excited they were to just be experimenting is like, and how much joy that brought is like all to you, because you approach animation with so much like love and experimentation, and it's really admirable. So thank you so much for this incredible like 2-part series. Please come back. Thank you.
You'll have my heart forever, McKenna. And you guys, I'm so sorry we couldn't get to everyone, but if you made a clip, reach out to me. I'll give you some notes.
We can talk. Maybe we can sort something out. We'll brainstorm on a way.
True. You've all done an incredible job, and I'm not joking. Like it makes me emotional, and watching like that whole clip together was like, oh my, am I crying in the club right now? And for what reason? It's just because I feel the love, and I feel the sense of place that I've been seeking with art making right here. And like this is what community is about. It's about making each other excited and then actually uplifting and supporting and bouncing ideas around. Like no one is holy, no one is always right. I'm just here to say have fun, make art for yourself, please. Oh my gosh,
now I'm gonna cry.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's good. This has just been good. It's been emotional, but I'm gonna be reaching out to everyone who submitted a clip to get your permission to post this online, because it's beautiful, it's wonderful. And again, thank you so much, Jeanette, for compiling it with the music too. Like it was an emotional experience. Yeah.
Love you guys. Happy New Year. Take this knowledge, go blossom, go fly. Oh my goodness. Have fun. I don't know what else to say. I'm so proud. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.